The National Library of Medicine reports that 20% of 3 to 17-year-olds have a mental, emotional, developmental, or behavioral disorder, making programs like OhioRISE and positive education programs so vitally important. Here with more about that are Habeebah Rasheed Grimes, seated on the right, CEO of Positive Education Program, and Jill Koenig from OhioRISE. Welcome to the broadcast. Good to have you both here.
Thank you.
Habeebah, let's begin with you. Tell me, what is OhioRISE and what is Positive Education Program's role in that program?
Thank you for having us. OhioRISE is a program developed by the Ohio Department of Medicaid. It's administered by a managed care organization known as Aetna, and PEP, Positive Education Program, is one of several community organizations that serve as care management entities for OhioRISE. PEP's a nonprofit that's been in our community for 50 years, more than 50 years now. We're a youth-serving organization that provides mental health and special education services to young people with complex needs. Within the OhioRISE program, we're a care management entity, and we have care coordinators in our employment who work with families.
In a word, the need is great.
It is tremendously great.
Said is our introduction. Jill, you are here. How is OhioRISE making a difference for kids in Northeast Ohio? What are you doing?
I think it's a program that is widely accessible now. It is a program where we use a team approach, so it's easier for families because all the providers and all the services and like natural supports that families have involved with them, we work as a team. So as we work as a team, we work together. So we're one unit. The family doesn't have to worry about being pulled in multiple directions and worrying about who's involved with them because we're working together as one. And I think the other thing is the main mission, which is to reduce custody relinquishment. So we're able to keep families in the communities intact together so kids are not being removed from their homes.
Are there some stories that stand out in your mind, some situations?
I think every day we're seeing little successes. So, you know, those kids that may have had truancy issues, we're getting them back in schools. We're getting them in their appropriate school placements. Kids that may not have had access to psychiatric services, medications, therapies, we're getting them involved and hooked up with those services so they can manage and stabilize their behaviors. And I think also kids that have been isolated, we're getting them in some pro-social activities so they can learn how to communicate and interact more appropriately.
Habeebah, you echo these sentiments. You see the work that needs to be done, and you see positives that are coming out of the result of what you are doing, correct?
Absolutely. What OhioRISE has done for all of Ohio's children is extend supports and services, and specifically care coordination using a high-fidelity wraparound model to all of Ohio's children.
What's it mean, high-fidelity wraparound model now? What's that mean?
Well, I will say a few words about that, but Jill here is our expert. A wraparound model attends to the whole family. The child is a member of a family, part of a family system, and responding to that child's needs means you have to attend to what's happening with mom or parent caregivers, siblings, and others that are part of that family unit. And you have to recognize that that family exists in a broader system, the community around us, and that there are resources, strengths within that family, within that child, and within our broader community that we can bring together to support that young person from their schooling environment to any recreational opportunities that are available to them or that they'd like to have access to, and to other folks in that child's family or network, I'll say, that are not necessarily blood family members, but people who want to be part of that child's life.
So, Jill, in many ways, we have to put our arms around the entire family.
Yes.
That's what Habeebah was talking about. And
Absolutely.
that's what you do. So how do these families get in touch with you so that you can put your arms around the entire family?
Sure. The two easiest ways are for families to access their MCO or their managed care organizations, give them a call, and they'll be able to hook them up with an assessor who's going to come out and do the initial assessment, or they can call the OhioRISE Member Services line, which is the second way. So those are the two ways that they can initially get the assessment to see if they're eligible for the program.
I'm going to put a graphic on the screen. This control room will put a graphic on the screen with all that information you've been talking about.
Okay.
Some of the things, the phone numbers and all of that. But I appreciate your being on the broadcast. Habeebah Rasheed Grimes, CEO of Positive Education Program, and Jill Koenig, who is the program director for PEP, or Positive Education Program. Thank you so much for being on the broadcast. And we know you're going to get phone calls. There you see, ladies and gentlemen, and children, and all of you who may be watching, information on what we're talking about. You can go to 216-361-2442. More information on everything that we've been chatting about on this program. Thank you for being on We the People.
Thank you.